of what they are calling Operation Charlotte's Web. NBC News senior Homeland Security correspondent Julia Ainsley joins us now. Julia, do we know why Charlotte is such a focus right now for the administration?
It really came as a surprise to a lot of us who have been watching what cities they choose, as well as to local officials in Charlotte. Previously, the cities were Los Angeles, Chicago, sometimes New York, Washington, D.C. They were often focused on blue cities run by Democrats. Charlotte is run by a Democrat mayor, and there's a Democrat governor, but North Carolina, by and large, is a very purple state, and it came as a surprise. One indicator, though, I guess you'd really have to be eagle-eyed to catch this, is that Greg Bovino, who's running these operations for Border Patrol, responded to an anonymous post from a user on X on October 14th who asked him to carry his operations from Chicago to Charlotte. He responded saying Charlotte is on the list, and here they are. But unlike some of those other operations, we expect this one to be shorter and more concentrated on trying to make a lot of arrests very quickly. He previously said, Bovino said, that they arrested over 80 immigrants just in hours of this operation, and now the numbers are over 130, Kate.
So, Julia, how is the city responding to federal agents being on the ground?
Well, we're seeing a lot of people just go underground. People I spoke to today, faith leaders canceling church at a lot of services where immigrants would attend over Sunday. One school that I spoke with today said that they were at a 60% attendance rate as parents were worried to send their children to school, especially schools with large Latino populations, worried they might be targeted. And we've also seen the local officials there say that they don't need ICE or CBP to ramp up operations in their city because crime was already going down and they didn't attribute it to immigrants. Charlotte-Mecklenburg police saying that overall assaults were down 20%, violent crime down 20%, homicides down 24%, and robberies down 22% just in the last year. So by and large, the city of Charlotte trying to reject this. However, the state's Republican Party welcoming the federal intervention.
All right, Julia Ainsley, thanks so much.
We are one step closer to a deal in the decades-long legal battle over O.J. Simpson's estate. New court documents show the Simpson estate has agreed to pay Ron Goldman's father nearly $58 million.
O.J. Simpson was acquitted of the murders of Goldman and Nicole Brown in criminal court in 1995, but he was found liable in civil court 2 years later. NBC News senior national correspondent Stephanie Gosk has the details.
The decades-long fight for justice for the Goldman family may soon be settled more than 30 years after the case first captured the nation. At the center is money due after a wrongful death lawsuit in 1997 found O.J. Simpson was responsible for the deaths of his wife and her friend. Money their family say has in large part never been paid.
Nearly 30 years since a civil jury determined O.J. Simpson willingly and wrongfully caused the death of his ex-wife Nicole Brown Simpson and her friend Ron Goldman, a new deal could finally bring a long-awaited payout to the victims' families.
If it doesn't fit, you must acquit.
Simpson's criminal trial, centered on the brutal killings, famously ended in the former football star's acquittal, capturing the nation's attention in 1995.
Orenthal James Simpson not guilty of the crime of murder.
2 years later, a jury ordered Simpson to pay tens of millions to the families after a wrongful death lawsuit. But Goldman's family filed a claim last year saying in the past they've received only a small share since that 1997 ruling. Now the Simpson estate agreeing to pay them nearly $58 million, according to new court documents. An amount that with interest could significantly increase, according to Simpson's longtime lawyer and estate executor, Malcolm Laverne. It's an about-face for Laverne, who originally said he would do everything in his capacity to try and ensure that the Goldmans got nothing, in comments to the Las Vegas Review-Journal after Simpson's death.
But he abruptly changed course.
Mr. Goldman's claim obviously has to be accepted.
But Laverne also says Simpson's estate is currently valued at between $500,000